What kind of a relationship do you have if you can't hear the person you have a relationship with, you can't see them and you can't feel them? I mean, what kind of a relationship is that? So I would try different approaches. You know, I thought maybe if I just read more scripture, then I could hear the voice of God. So I'd sit down and read through the whole New Testament and listen, still no voice. So I thought, well, if I fast, maybe then I could hear the voice of God. So I'd fast and I'd get skinny, but I still couldn't hear a voice. So I thought, well, if I go to Bible college, maybe I'll become spiritual, then I can hear the voice. So I got a 4-year degree and still couldn't hear the voice, any voice, you know. At one time I wondered whether Christianity was real. You know, I said, if it doesn't work for me, maybe it's not real. So I backslid and quit for a few weeks at a time at different points, you know. And then I decided, no, it has to be real. And I finally decided, I have no idea how to make this work, you know, but I still love the Lord even though I can't make it work, and I'm still going to follow Him even though I can't make it work. Well, I had an impression come to me, why don't I take a year of my life to learn to hear the voice of God? And I had never spent 1 year to learn any one thing in my whole life. So I took a year of my life, 1979, and I focused on learning to hear the voice of God the whole year. Every book I read was on prayer. Everything in the Bible I read was on prayer and the voice of God. Every conference I went to was on prayer and the voice of God. Everything I preached on all year was on prayer and the voice of God. So I spent 1 year focused on one issue. My life has been transformed by the voice of God. I mean, I was healed personally. My marriage was healed. My wife said that when I learned how to journal, she got a much better marriage. Because I quit pressuring her. You know, God said, Mark, just love your wife just the way she is. Don't pressure her to be anything else. Just love her. And that's pretty simple Christianity, but I wasn't doing it. I think the first thing was unconditional love. He wasn't hitting me. All right? I was whipping myself, saying, oh, you miserable sinner, you know, you failed again. I come to God, He said, it's okay. I said, don't you want to hit me? He said, not really. I said, God hit me. He said, Mark, let it go. It's covered by the blood. Just let it go. So I came into touch with unconditional love. I'd read about it. I'd memorized the verse, God is unconditional love, but my heart, I didn't believe it. Every time I see a person begin to journal, my heart just breaks up. You know, I love it, because I know that they will never be the same. I know that they walked from darkness into light, they walked from religion into Christianity. I know their whole life will be transformed if they will keep it up and not quit. And so I tell them what to do to keep it up and not quit. And I never get tired of seeing this happen.
I felt like maybe hearing the voice of God is like for those certain gifted people, but it was so amazing. After the first class, the first day, I got to hear His voice. Now, it wasn't like in the Prince of Egypt, like, I am the Lord. Not like that. Like small issues in my life, saying, like, you need to learn to love yourself. How can you love me when you don't even love yourself as much as I love you? And small things like, I know where you come from, I know how you grew up, I know everything there is about to know about you.
He's teaching me that He's my father, that I'm His daughter, which means that I'm a princess to Him, and that's something that I had never really grasped before, and I still haven't totally grasped that.
He speaks to me about, you know, who I am and who He really is, and, you know, I'll just write down stuff like, God, I'm frustrated with this, you know, what do you think? And He does speak.